Hi kids, welcome to Euclid Learning. So this is the third chapter for grade 7 workbook. So if you haven't watched my previous videos for grade 7, please go and visit my channel. There's a separate playlist for grade 7 textbook. So this is another playlist where I will be talking only about workbook activities. So this is the third chapter. So before starting this, you should study chapter 3. You can watch my textbook video and then write your own answers in the activities and then come back and watch this because don't just copy the answers from the video itself, right? Okay, let's start. So this is about security of the computer system. So in the 3.1, uh, it's starting with computer hardware, right? So what are computer hardware? So it is any physical component of a computer that you can touch and see, right? Those are tangible components of the computer. And then they're asking you to write 10 examples for the computer hardware. So you can write mouse, monitor, speakers, keyboard, hard disk, RAM, cooling fan, DVD drivers. Not only that, you can write DVDs, CDs, motherboard, CPU, microphones. So many computer hardware components are there. So you can write 10 from them. And then they're asking you to separate or categorize those above mentioned hardware devices into like externally visible and externally not visible. That means it's inside the system unit, right? So based on my examples, only mouse, monitor, keyboards, and speaker are belonging into the first category where you can externally see the hardware. So RAM, hard disk, cooling fan, CPU, motherboard. So all these things are actually belonging to the hardware which is inside the system unit. Okay. In activity 3.2, briefly describe 3 instances when the security of the computer hardware is threatened, right? So I have written only 3. You can read your book and write any answer from there. So what I have written is damages to hardware due to the electricity supply. Okay, sometimes sudden power failures can cause problems as well as sudden flow of high voltage also can cause issues because for example if you get a sudden power cuts what will happen is the computer will suddenly switch off, right? So rather than having a proper shutdown it will like quickly off. So these things are not very good for your device, especially for the hard disk. So that will cause different issues for your hardware. So you can write due to electricity supply issues there can be problems to the hardware. For the B, I have written issues related to theft. That means stealing, right? So thieves can steal your expensive hardware, right? And you can lose your hardware. And not only that, with the hardware, you can lose your sensitive data also sometimes. For example, if they steal your system unit itself, so you will lose the hard disk as well. So you're going to lose this data as well. So those kind of things you can explain. For the C, I have written due to the not maintaining proper clean environment, your computer hardware can be damaged, especially due to dust and insects, right? So for example, if a lot of these insects and these ants and all, uh, and due to dust, sometimes your keyboard will not work as expected, right? So those kind of issues can be they are sometimes these ants and all they are eating actually inside small tiny elements of your keyboard also sometimes. So then those devices will not work as expected. In second one, they're asking to write 2 procedures that can be followed to secure from each thread. So for the A, I have written about the electricity supply issues, right? So for example, for sudden power cuts, you can use a UPS, right? Uninterrupted power supply. So what happens is even the power goes on, it will allow you to have some time to do a proper shutdown. So the machine will not like suddenly switch off. Okay, for these like sudden huge voltages and all, you can use something like fuse. And for the second issue, it's related to the theft, stealing. So you can use CCTVs, or you can have doors and windows for your computer labs and all. You can lock them always. And sometimes even the system unit itself, you can lock, right? Uh, with a padlock rather than allowing anybody to open it up. And those things can be done. Or you can have a security guard itself, right? And for the C, I have written about damages due to dust and insects. So you have to avoid these things, right? Especially insects are coming because sometimes you are taking food and drinks into the labs, and also better to keep your lab clean and tidy. And dust you can avoid by removing shoes, right? Always when you're entering the lab. So always clean your lab. Okay, so those things can be done to avoid these kind of security issues. Then in activity 3.3, they are talking about computer software. So what is computer software? Data and information in the computer and programs used for various tasks, right? So this is actually software means data, information plus the programs. So for the data part, you can write things like image files and all these things. Other than that, for the computer software, like system software and application software, you can write examples, operating system, word processing software, PowerPoint or the presentation softwares, spreadsheet softwares, image files, video files, web browsers, games, those things you can write. And then in the third one, list 5 instances when the security of the computer software is threatened, and they're asking you to write precautions to avoid those threats, right? So one threat is unauthorized access, right? So that can be avoided by using logical and physical security. I will discuss what other options you can do under that. And another threat is malware, right? So harmful software. So you can easily use antivirus software to protect your computer, right? Not only that, you can scan external devices when you're connecting. So many things can be done like that. Then power failures, natural disasters, unexpected deletion or modification of files, complications in the OS, right? So all these things can damage your data, right? So all these things can be all the damage can be avoided by keeping backups. So if you keep a backup, then even though your original copy is damaged, you can reuse the backup. What is malware? In the activity 3.4, they're talking about malware. So any man-made software or part of a software that functions against the requirement of the computer user, right? And they are designed to damage the computer system, right? So it can, the computer system means it can be software, hardware, data, network, anything. So this computer system can be damaged using this malware. And they're asking you to write 3 examples for malware and asking you to describe them. So there are a few things. So you can write computer virus, right? So virus is like actually they are gaining entry to the computer, replicate itself, and spread from one computer to another using the portable devices, right? So what harm it is doing is like it can delete or edit your data and information, and sometimes it can corrupt software as well. So second one, I have written Trojan horse. So Trojan horse, you know this history story and all these things I have explained in the textbook video. So please watch that if you miss this, because that is the place I am talking all these concepts in this video. I'm basically answering the workbook activities. So in the Trojan horse, what happens is it looks like very useful software at the first sight, but actually what happens is this software is like damaging uh, the user's data or the information or the machine or the hardware like secretly. So that is how Trojan horse work. So last thing I have written spyware. So name itself tell it's spying, right? So the malicious software that secretly collects data about a person's computer and take all these data information and how they are using the usage, what's the internet usage, all this information can be collected and can be sent to another external party even without the user's knowledge, right? So it collects all these relevant data, even sometimes keystroke itself can be captured from this spyware. So then they will be sending it to another external party. A third question, write 5 issues created in the computer by malware. So if you have a malware in your computer, you can see these things. So sometimes your data and information can be deleted, hidden, modified without your intention. Right? Sometimes a lot of new files and folders are created with like random numbers and all. It's like consuming your memory or the capacity. And then sometimes your software, right, can be deleted, malfunction can be altered, right? Efficiency of your computer can be reduced. Sometimes your computer can be very slow. And sometimes computer just restart or shut down without any user like interaction. It just restart, right? So those kind of malfunctioning can be seen. Write 5 precautions to avoid or minimize damages created by the malware. So how can we protect our computer from malware? So main thing is you install an antivirus software and you have to update it regularly. That's also very important. And when you use external devices, always scan them before using it. And you can activate firewalls and make them having the right settings, right? And when you get emails from unknown party, right, do not just open, especially the attachments and all. If it is suspicious email, don't answer or don't open it up. And when you're using internet also, don't click all these ads and these links and those things, because always try to use only secure websites only. Okay, activity 3.5. What is a backup copy? So backup means a copy of your some software components, your data or information, or it can be some kind of application related data. So you are keeping another copy, right? So this copy can be done sometimes yearly, sometimes monthly, sometimes daily, sometimes hourly. So it depends on your application. So here they're asking list 3 advantages of keeping backup copies. Main thing, the concept is, if you lose the original copy, if it is modified or misplaced or damaged, or if you want to like revert it back, you can use the backup copy. That's the main purpose of having a backup. So sometimes if you want to share your information or that copy, you can easily do with, if you have a backup, you can share that backup with the external party. And especially when your hardware is damaged, or when your softwares are damaged, or when you uh, have something wrong, like due to natural disaster or something like that. So definitely it will help you to safeguard from these threats. What do you mean by access control? The methods and services provided by several software to control access to computer and safeguard its resources. So it's not allowing everybody to access. So there is a control over that. Why an access control should be done? Because especially we should avoid unauthorized access. Sometimes it can be theft-like thing. So to protect our resources or the sensitive data from unauthorized people, we always make sure this access control is implemented. Write the main 2 methods used in access control and briefly explain. So we have mainly logical access control as well as physical access control. So physical access control means you use physical locks, you have a security guard, you have a CCTV cameras, and you keep your computer in a locked environment. Right? Sometimes these biometric passwords are used. So from these things, you can physically protect your computer. And how to protect it logically is basically having user accounts, right, with the different privileges, as well as you can use strong passwords and the encryption of your data. So from these things, you can ensure logical and physical access control. Okay, so that is the end of chapter 3 of the workbook. So if you haven't still subscribed my channel, please do subscribe and press the bell notification as well. And if you want to add any comments, all the comments are welcomed. Um, you can put any comments if you want to ask questions and all, you can just comment. So thank you very much.